Hey you guys, hey, we're down here at one of the bigger marinas and we're looking at some of these really awesome fishing boats. And there's quite a few marinas in Ketchikan, Alaska. Check out that sunset, just about ready to happen, guys. And it's beautiful down here, and it's neat to see the fishing fleet. A lot of these communities in Southeast Alaska and a lot of other places in the world, I'm sure, they really rely on fishing as a huge part of their income. And check out under here, guys, that's actually the highway, and it's built right over the ocean. It's amazing how they build right on the ocean here in Southeast Alaska. But anyway, check out some of these boats, you guys. That sunset's gorgeous. I have a hard time not wanting to stare at that. But anyway, I wanted to tell you guys about a specific boat. It's called a tender boat. And tender boats could be used for multi-purposes. A tender boat could be used for, say, a shallow port where the big cruise ships can't get in or the big boats can't get in, so they'll send out what's called a tender boat, and then they will load up the passengers and bring them to shore. Another kind of tender boat could be a smaller boat that could run supplies out to your bigger boats. Here in Alaska, look at the size of some of these commercial boats, you guys. It's amazing. But here in Alaska, tender boats are really a necessity for commercial fishermen. And why that is because when these commercial fishermen run out to their fishing grounds, sometimes they could be, so far out there that it's not economically good for them to try to run their catch all the way into the processing plants. And so there'll be these great big boats. Normally they're bigger boats than tender boats used to just run supplies or, say, people from a cruise ship. So there'll be these great big huge tender boats, and they'll sit out there in positions, and then they will give their position to your commercial fisherman fleet. And what they do is your commercial fishermen in smaller boats that are way out there, they will actually bring their catch to a tender boat. And a tender boat has these great big huge holding tanks, and what they do is the smaller boats will drop off their catch to the tender boats, and then the tender boats will have these ice cold holding tanks full of seawater, or in some cases even full of ice. And so what the tender boats will do is they'll charge the fishermen, normally by the pound or possibly even the fish or their whole catch, and then they'll store these fish, and then when the tender boat gets full, the tender boat will actually run all of the fish to market. And then the tender boat also provides the commercial fishermen with supplies, petroleum for their boats, in some cases spare parts, or anything that a boat might need so that they don't have to run all the way back to port. So tender boats are very important to the commercial fishery. The tender boats serve a big purpose, and they make their money from the fishermen, and they also help the fishermen out a ton. So that is three or four uses of a tender boat. And we're out at the very end of the pier right here, guys. That looks like some kind of motel built right on the ocean. And check out this sailboat. Boy, I tell you, I could live on that big sailboat. That'd be the life of luxury. But we are in Ketchikan, Alaska, guys, and the sunset is just going down. And I was just talking to a wonderful lady texting about all these adventures. So I was right here at the marina, and I decided I'd run down and show you guys some of the boats and explain what a tender boat is. And Anyway, hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys loved seeing all these really neat boats. I don't know how many hundreds of them there are in this marina. It's a pretty good sized marina. And let's walk out here and check this out, you guys. You can see how the homes are built basically right up on the cliffs. And the forest in southeast Alaska is so dense that really there's not a lot of flatlands to build. So when you build, you gotta saw down the trees, normally haul in gravel, and then go ahead and build your home. And it's amazing how many people live on some of these boats. You can see the smokestacks on this one where they have probably a wood fire, an oil fire in there. And I lived on a sailboat for about 3 years in Bear Lake, Utah, and I had a bubbling system underneath the boat so that Bear Lake, Utah will get 20 and 30 below zero, and so you didn't want the boat to freeze in, so we'd put these bubblers underneath the boats, and they would have fans on them, and then they would fan the warm water from the bottom where it is warmer all the way up to the top. Look how beautiful the front of that boat is, you guys. Isn't that just amazing? But anyway, guys, I wanted to share a few boats and one of Alaska's fishing community marinas. There's a lot of sport boats in here too, and a lot of guide boats, a lot of sailboats, but there's an awful lot of really neat fishing boats. So anyway, I hope you guys have an awesome day. I'm going to sit down here and watch the sunset, and then take my dog for a nice walk, and we're going to be stuck here in Ketchikan till December 11th, and then we're heading to Washington, then back to Utah, then hopefully a quick turnaround from Utah back up here to Alaska. And anyway, you guys have an awesome day, and send you a great big huge smile down here from the boat docks here in Ketchikan, Alaska. All right, you guys, see you later. Okay, bye.